Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to RTG TV for the first day of league racing in week 7. Of course, the Tier 1 drivers for you this evening in their 7th round out of 10 this season. We're here at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for this 7th round clash. So, this circuit has 2 DRS zones. It's 14 corners, it's 4.657 kilometres in length, 2.894 miles in length. The tyres here are the C3, the softs, C2, the mediums, and C1, the hards. And the last time we were here was last season in round 1. And we'll talk a little bit more about the pole time from last time, which we're already very, very close to already from the driver who did it last time. Josh McGill was on pole with a 1:11.256. You can see he's done a 1:11.383 so far. So it's very, very close already as RC Racer crosses the line as well. Standings, Josh McGill as well, not just leading qualifying already, but he's leading the championship as we go on to this 7th round. He's on 121 points, followed by Short Marcus on 109. Prodigy is now on 107 after his win last week in Brazil. Nice Job is 4th in the McLaren on 100 and... Nice Job's on 105 points, so it's very close between him and Prodigy. Little Mo is on 73, and we believe Little Mo has actually left the Monday tier, which is unfortunate just due to some other commitments, but he was really brilliant as well, and obviously got that win at Imola a few weeks ago. The Alfa Romeo is on 194 points, 167 points for McLaren, and 148 points for Ferrari in 3rd. So everyone getting out there really early on, Lee, actually.
Yeah, I did notice that. I've been getting out quite quickly there. But yeah, seeing Matthew's actually just coming out now. But yeah, looking forward for this one. Like you said, their title is getting quite heated up at the moment. There's not much of a gap between, well, the top, 3 there? Well, 4 of them there in the top 3. I'll notice that Josh McGill kind of tearing away with it at the moment.
Yeah, somewhat definitely. He's certainly starting to get a grip on the championship right now. Whether he can keep that momentum going. His Chuck goes 9th fastest with 1:12.059. Tiny around to come round the final corner. We'll see what he can do. We'll see what he can do, and then we'll just actually mention some things. Tiny crosses the line. Goes 4th fastest with a 1:11.596. We have to apologise for last Thursday. I thought Tiny was a full-time driver in Thursday. Well, I suppose me and Lee both did. I'm pulling Lee in with this with me as well. No, but he wasn't. He was. You knew he was a reserve.
Hmm?
Is that what you're saying? You knew he was a reserve?
No, I didn't know.
Okay, sorry. I thought he was saying he did though. Like he's just pranked me the whole of Thursday. Yeah, we said he won, but obviously due to the reserve rules, he actually didn't. It was Coit's Gamer, so apologies for our embarrassing mistake at the end of the race. We found out just after we stopped streaming. So yeah, he's 4th anyway with 1:11.596. And Matthew now on a lap, as I said, it's been very, very busy up to now. We've got 18 drivers, and it says that Bugatti's the only reserve, but surely we've got another one, trying to work out who it is. Otherwise, a full-time driver is turned up when they believed they weren't going to be. Beppe and Nice Job Mate aren't here. Nice Job Mate not being here, Lee, that's crucial for the championship as well.
Well, notice it was GPR who's the other
yeah. Yeah, so it's quite small numbers for RTG actually, having 15. Not a bad number at all for full-time drivers, but compliment them a lot, don't we, Lee, about the fact that full time. There's usually 16 or above on average every week, so always get very good numbers.
Always, oh yeah, definitely. I just seen Massey there putting a time of 111.916, which went 9th.
Arg's done the slowest time at 1:15 deadly. Bang on the nose.
Yeah, but you're going to have to step up a little.
Yeah, those were times, well, I think it was a little bit slower than that when we had the chicane, of course, which is now gone, thankfully. I do think it helps racing here now, actually. Because when we talk about Spain, I still think of the chicane, and it gives me nightmares.
Oh, yeah. It just sucked so bad. It was too tight. Like, it was even tighter than, I forget what the corner name is, coming out of the tunnel at Monaco. Like, it felt even tighter than that. Like, well, you couldn't exactly take much out of the curve because, well, you would end up unsettling the car for getting right back on the traction. So, I just absolutely hated it, and I think a lot of other people hated it as well.
Beatie here on a lap, I think. He's got to pass 2 McLarens. One of them's got out of the way. The other one's taken their time to do so, but I think just in time has got out of the way. But I'm sure Beatie would have been a bit uneasy about that situation for sure. As he goes into turn 7 and 8. And now up the hill to turn 9, which is, I'm not sure if it's still flat out, Leo. Is it flat out in qualifying? Turn 9?
I think it is, but you're kind of pushing on the limit. You have to get that line pretty much on the dot, turning in at the right time. And I think it could determine setup-wise also. I'm unsure about that though. As well, I've not done a lot of racing here.
Beatie up 9/10, very good lap from him. I haven't seen him for a little bit, Lee. I don't know if he's been a full-time driver in season 14, has he? Actually, when you come to think of it, or is he
I'm not sure about that.
Thursday?
Maybe that's what I was getting mixed up with. Maybe.
Yeah, potentially. I think he is in Thursday, isn't he?
Yeah.
Thursday. Oh, look. I don't think he is.
Well, looking at the times right now, you've got, what, 2/10 between the top 5 there. 1/10 between the top 3. So, times are really, really close here.
Yeah, it's not a shock though, is it? We do tend to see it. Hey, Gabs Prodigy Lee on his next attempt. Goes even faster, a 111.126. And he's gone faster than the pole time we had the last time we were here last season. With 7 minutes to go as well. So surely that time will get shorter.
Possibly pushing a 110.
I think we could see the 110s. 110. Oh, let's have a little bit of a prediction today. I'm going to say a 110. I'm going to go optimistic. I'm going to say a 110 high 0.8.
Oh.
Like a 10.894, something like that.
And if we're going to be improving on that, I'd say it'd be like a 9.98. If anything, it's going to be just inside it. And you know what? I was just thinking there as I was watching Paul Jones enter the pit lane there. We're possibly going to see a couple of people, or at least possibly even one person, crashing going into the pit lane and possibly losing a wheel. As the barriers ain't the best there.
Yeah, it's certainly a tight line through there, that's for sure.
No, well, it's not just that. it's actually, the barrier sticks out at one part of it where it narrows. So it ends up causing, well, if you go and scrape it, you could end up just taking your wheel clean off.
Yeah. It has happened quite a few times, hasn't it?
Yeah, I will say definitely, because, well, I've been a victim of it myself. Just getting a bit too greedy, pretty much, I will say.
So Prof's making his way around turn 4, into turn 5 now, the hairpin. So he makes his run out of this corner down this slight straight. We have got the slight kink of turn 6 before going into 7 and 8, the first chicane. And then uphill and turn in and pray it sticks. As it was quite a comfortable ride through turn 9 there. So looks like he's running with quite a bit of downforce here. It's sort of mid to high downforce, this circuit. You want to try and get as much off as possible, of course, because you have got that long start and finish straight, especially with turns 13 and 14 being the way they are now. He actually dives into the pits. Looked like he was on a lap, actually.
Yeah, he was looking like he was on a lap there, but I guess he must have realised he was a bit down on his time, maybe.
RC Racers on a lap here, and he goes even faster there, 1:11.333, and goes on to the front row. He's certainly, since he's started in RCG League, he's been very good actually with his qualifying times.
Yeah, he does appear to be getting a time of 1:11.3. He's only a couple of tenths off of Prodigy just ahead. And, well, Lord knows, I think was it 4 pole positions he's had already this season?
Prodigy, he has had, good question, mate. 4. Yeah, he's had 4. He's taken the majority. Matthew's had 1, which of course his dad is cheering him on this evening once again, as he always does. Matthew's down in 11th though at the moment, and the other driver who's taken a pole is our championship leader at the moment, Josh McGill, who's sitting in 3rd. Bugatti though coming around the final 2 corners and dives into the pits. Oh! There you go, Lee. Almost.
Yep.
I don't know if you caught that.
I was on board, but I just looked down for literally 2 seconds. It always happens.
And he had to miss the wall, and in doing that, he stayed out on the circuit. So his qualifying is now ended. He would have had enough time just. But he was going way too fast into the pit lane. I don't know why he was going so fast.
Maybe thinking that you wouldn't have been able to get out in time. He's got a bit of damage there.
I'm definitely starting to think that my prediction is going to be well off. Well off.
I think mine's too, to be honest.
Huh?
I think mine's too. I think it was a bit ambitious, but we never know. These guys have surprised us in the past.
Yeah. They certainly have. We've got drivers still yet to come out. Oh, well, no, it's a bit too late now. So RC Racer is not going to be doing another lap. The driver who is on the lap is Prof at the moment. As he makes his way into turn 4 and then back to the right hand side to negotiate the hairpin of turn 5. Got a yellow flag. Who's that, Lee? Look like a McLaren, I think. Or is it just slow moving cars?
Yeah, just slow moving cars and going in up to turn 10. I think that could be Wally. Oh, Ginger Round.
Oh.
Turn
Oh, and the other
there.
Mercedes, both of them.
Oh,
Prodigy as well. He's sitting on provisional pole at the moment, and that would have been the start of his lap, surely. Not too sure what's happened there, and we've unfortunately missed it. Paul Jones about to start his final lap. Got one other. Matthews left it late. Let's see if he leaves it to be a great lap. So who's up firstly? We're going to see the checkered flag in just a moment. Got an AlphaTauri coming around the final corner. That's Danny. He's going to see the line just as the checkered flag falls, or just before, and he gained 1.3 seconds, but he's still in 14th. The William, is that an Alpine up next?
yeah,
It is Lee.
111.8. He's only 300s quicker than his previous time there.
There's Chuck. He's just crossed the line. Tiny's teammate just crosses the line before him. That's GT Ord. Here comes Tiny, making his way to the line now. We've got a Mercedes into the pit lane. And the other one, of course. Tiny goes fourth fastest with a 111.371. Josh McGill, is he going to put it on pole? No, puts it on the front row, though. 111.244. He beats his old pole time, but it isn't enough to get onto pole position. And I'm not sure we got anyone else, Lee. I think Looney Man might be one. He's on the lap, and here comes Paul Jones to the line now, stays sixth. He was down by almost 0.2 of a second.
Well, Matthew to the line, 111.631. Goes ninth. And I think that's it, yep.
Look at that, Looney. Top 14 within 1 second. The top 7 are within almost 4/10.
That's crazy, I will say. How close these guys are. And it just goes to show you, even the slightest margin, slightest of error could end up costing you a good few places, even if it's only half a tenth. If that.
Well, that's why we love the Monday tier. Danny's just waiting to be backed into the garage, and I'll leave you in Lee's capable hands for a minute.
So there we go, this is the end of qualifying now. Where we're going to be moving on to the race in just a few moments. But first, we'll have a wee quick rundown. Prodigy gets that pole position, and I'll get that extra point of 111.126. Absolute cracker of a time. Josh McGill will sit alongside him on the front row. He gets second. DBG got third. Chuckle was fourth. Tiny fifth. Paul Jones was sixth. Pebble Kennedy seventh. Eighth was Looney Man. Matthew was ninth. Bugatti Slovan after that. Then it was Chuck in 11th. Lee in 12th. Gingy in 13th. 14th was Danny Prof in 15th. Royal Rumble in 16th. 17th was GT Ord. And Arg rounds out in 18th. So, moving on to the race.
I'm back.
Alright. Drink.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so strategy-wise, what are we looking at here? A very big mixture, actually. Second place, Josh McGill's on the hards at the moment. A few on the softs. We like this, though, Lee, don't we? A big mix of all three.
Yeah. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be many going on the hards, but it could be possible a good strategy, but then again, it could fall to bits. I think the soft runners could. That'll be a bit of a tough if they're going to be going soft medium as possible, but yeah, it's going to be one of them that we're going to have to wait and see. Oh, my audio was a bit quiet apparently. 2 seconds.
Yeah, sorry about
Thank
that.
you for that, John.
I struggle to tell if Lee's audio's quiet or not for some reason, unless it's really
Microphone
obvious.
check. Is that
That's
a bit
better.
better, John?
To be fair, that's better for me. Okay, whilst we wait, a little bit of a longer wait than we did last Thursday, there, of course, being caught off guard. So back to normal. Once again, that was due to reserves last week. So while we wait to get going, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Almost at 3:40 now. Like the videos if you're enjoying them, especially the uploads. Team Radio, and you from last week. I'll carry on that on for the rest of the season. And obviously the highlights as well, and the moment shorts. And it'll be overtakes of the month soon, so that's going to be difficult to decide who especially gets the top 3 this time around.
Yeah, but we seem to be waiting quite a bit longer than last time.
Yeah, it's quite a lot longer. It's usually around a minute, and I definitely think it's been longer than that now. And here we go. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we're away for the Monday tier here in Spain. Prodigy's got a good launch. Has Josh got a good launch beside him? He's on the medium tyres, slips behind him and get into the slipstream. Is he going to dive to the inside? Yes, he is. He looks anyway. Is he going to try it? No, the McLaren behind him, though, Chuckle. He's trying it on the inside. Now the outside of turn 2. As we go around there, he's going to have to slot back in again. We've got Looney Man making up a place here. Tiny trying to go around the outside of the Williams of Paul Jones, as the Haas of RC Racer and Chuckle still fighting here as Chuckle almost gets out of shape, and then the Williams almost goes into the back of that McLaren. And once again, as we go into turn 5, around the left-hander, down this small straight before we get into turn 7 and 8 through the kink of turn 6, and now ride our way up the hill, and it's very, very close and scrappy, but no one's seemed to make contact with each other, or not very much. As we get into the last third of the lap. Anyone going to go for a lunge, Lee, into turn 10? It's not so much of a lungy corner anymore.
Nope, it isn't. But yeah, that was a quite great battle in there up in there.
Oh, a Red Bull at Pippo Kennedy's round. Sorry.
Appear a bit too much on the throttle, I'm going to guess, maybe.
Potentially. Here comes Josh McGill getting closer and closer here. Very, very close, but decides to stay where he is. Is RTG Lee here going for it? Yes, he is. Inside line again. Then it turns back to the outside. So if you keep with it, you get awarded with the inside for 3, which is usually the best place to be for an overtake. And that AlphaTauri as well is trying to exploit on these two battling of Danny, who actually goes into the back of him. And then the Mercedes of Ginge takes the 2 cars whilst they were colliding with each other, and he's moved up into 11th and on the back of that Alpine now. And that gave me a reminder, Lee, of Hamilton at Silverstone a couple of years back. Leclerc and Perez, I think.
Yeah. I will say that that was a perfect example of just biding your time and waiting for the mistake to happen. And there you go, you managed to make up 2 places there. But having a wheel look about, it looks like the top 3 are starting to make a bit of a gap. So they've got a little bit more time to try and open up that gap a little more, and then you could, the top 3 will possibly just take off in the DRS. But Chuckle's managing to bring it back in. Seeing, is anybody going to be going for a move here? No.
Of course, Prodigy is now really starting to fight for a title. He's got that 1 win under his belt now, and got that confidence he probably needed from getting that win.
Yeah,
Sorry,
most definitely is. And sneeze. Bless you.
Oh, it went. It went. It's absolutely fine. Sorry about that. That's why I stopped talking mid-sentence, because I just did that classic, like, thing. Anyway, yeah, Prodigy's in a fight for the title now after getting that first win. He'd have got a lot of confidence under his belt from having that, and the only thing that's let him down more than anything, I do say it quite a lot, so I'm sorry if I feel like I'm giving him a hard time, but the time penalties are something he needs to sort of get out of his system, really. As we go down the start-finish straight, DRS open for the first time down this long start-finish straight, especially out of the quick turn 14 now. Here comes Josh McGill, almost going to breeze past here into turn 1. I think Paul Jones as well, as he got past.
Yep, he managed to breeze past Chuckle there, up into 4th place there, quite nicely.
Anyone else slightly further back? There's not really any gaps that have formed up, has there? The pace is stayed from qualifying. It's so close at the moment, and everyone just... I definitely think with the changes they made to this track, it feels much more flowing than it ever used to.
Yeah, I will say that it was just... I would say it was a bit unnecessary, like, I'm just referring to that chicane. Turn 10 before was... That was alright, to be honest.
I arguably preferred it, to be honest. It was better for overtaking, I think.
Yeah, I would say that. I would say keep that, get rid of the chicane. That's the way they should have done it in the past.
They maybe should have redesigned that left-hander of turn 10, but a bit further back to where the track is now. I don't know, obviously, if safety would have let him go that far back, but just given that extra, 20-30 metres on the straight.
2 seconds, Prodigy going for it. Using that DRS and a little bit of barring, just slips in right in front of Josh there as they get into the braking zone. Prodigy back up in the lead.
And Chuckle's really starting to struggle as well. Yeah, Chuckle's starting to struggle as well now. He seems like he's going backwards. Bugatti, though, going even further back as he's spun out between turns 2 and 3. Gets back underway again, but gets passed by Arg, who's now in 15th place, riding on board with Tiny as he follows that McLaren through 6 and now up the hill to turns 7 and 8, the highest point on this circuit.
Yep, he was quite close going through turn 5 there. I was sniffing them exhaust when he was going off the back of that McLaren. He's fell back a little here, but still within the DRS range. He's top 4. My God, how close they are.
Well, brilliant. You look back, it goes all the way back to 10th. The top 10, they're all within 1 second.
No, yeah.
And let's see where they are to the leader. I mean, it's 5 seconds from 1st to 10th.
Jeez. But Josh going for it. He slips to the right hand side and he's going to have the inside line for turn 1. Nicely done. And
Chuckle and Tiny squabbling as well. Chuckle gets onto the green stuff. There we go. They're both... Tiny's out. No fault of his own, safety car deployed quite rightly, and Chuckle has remained in the race whilst losing his front wing.
That was so brilliant. Okay. But the thing is, this is going to be brilliant for the soft runners, maybe. No, there's not many. Are we going to see people going on the hard tyres, possibly, or will it be too early?
I'm sure Tiny's going to be furious, because I don't think that was really... It's difficult. I didn't get the best off-board shot. I don't know if you were on board. I know you were watching Josh and...
It looked like I've seen an onboard from Tiny's perspective there, and it appeared that Chuckle just got that little bit too wide at turn 2, and as you're battling.
I was going to say we're live. We're live, of course we're live. With the safety car, you can go and look at the live stream. Because I had an off-board shot from Chuckle. Yeah, I'm sure. From Chuckle's perspective, there was an on-board, so... As everyone comes into the pits, though. Yeah, it was an off-board shot from Chuckle, so if you want to go and have a look... Especially as you've now had the privilege of having the on-board. Who stayed out there? Arg in the Williams goes to 4th there on the hard tyres. Makes sense, so that he stayed out.
Yeah, I think the reason was because he maybe braked a little bit later going into turn 1, and that kind of set him off his line, and then having to leave quite a bit of space for Tiny on the inside for 2. It kind of disrupted his line. He ended up going wide.
Is it driver error, do you think?
I think it was. I think it was just them two just battling it out and just got a bit offline. I mean, he was still on the track with 2 wheels, but
Curb was just about AstroTurf was just a bit slippy.
Yeah, I will say that. And this track isn't the... I will say it's not the grippiest I would see. Anyway, but that's the way things are sometimes. But Juggle now all the way down in 14th. With having to get a wing change also.
Well, at least the safety car came out as well, so at least he's still in the pack, I suppose. Still not brilliant, I guess, but there you go.
Yeah, I mean, if he did have to end up getting a wing change, that would have cost him about, 30 seconds in time.
Yeah.
So it's not the best in that sense. If you're getting just a wing broken and you're like, oh no. Safety car kinda saves you.
It does, yeah, definitely. While we wait for the safety car as well, we'll see who the biggest winners have been so far and losers. Arg's up 14 places, but of course on the hard, so as I said, it makes sense for him. But really, no one's changed position very much, have they? Because they're all so close, and then the safety car came out. So actually, it's kind of a pointless thing to look at almost. Apart from Chuckle and Pippa Kennedy, who's down 10 places. He was right at the back as well, Lee. So he's been able to catch back up now.
Yeah, it's always fortunate when when you're in that position. I will say, if you're quite far distance back, and it gives the grid a chance to reset almost. But we'll say, has Arg, could he have possibly pulled off a brilliant move here? I mean, his tyres will be up to temperature quicker than the guys around him, but are they going to get up to temperature quick enough?
And is he going for a one-stop as well at this point? Maybe the strategy might have to change with where he is on track. I think others have decided to go mainly onto the hard tyres. It's definitely a mixture, but I don't think the mediums are going to go all the way, so I think it would be a medium soft for them. But we'll have to wait and find out as the safety car now goes into the pits. And Josh goes as early as he possibly could there, actually, as he just went into the pit lane. So go around the final corner to start lap 9. And Josh got a really good run there, actually, on Prodigy. So go down the start-finish straight.
Yeah, we did manage to go quite quickly there. Paul Jones, though, getting past Arg, going into turn 1, quite easily done there.
I think that might have been orchestrated. Ginge as well, getting past Lee. And Chuckle trying to make up for time. Oh no, Matthew into the wall at turn 3 as he tries to back it back out. And he's going to be all the way down at the back. And I don't think John's going to be best pleased.
He's going to have to get a wing change as well.
Yeah, the front.
I think he was trying to turn the car.
Yeah,
I think he was trying to stop the car, and unfortunately, just couldn't. Arg now just falling back.
Yeah, the only man got a move done at the inside of turn 7 into that chicane as well as Chuck. And he said Arg is just falling down. The tyres probably struggling to get back up to temperature again. That can be a trait in F1 23 with the tyre model. They do really struggle on a reheat. Yellow flag, who's that for? That will be for Matthew, who's going slowly at the moment.
New fastest lap, 1:13.686.
Ginge now alongside Arg, as you said, he's been losing places, but got good straight line speed in the Williams, but is he going to be able to outbrake him? with ease. He gives him loads of room now, actually. Very respectful from Arg, maybe too respectful, as he's now been done around the outside of turn 2 by RTG Lee, and got Chuckle right behind him, along with Danny in that Alpha Tauri as well. Arg is really a sitting duck at this point.
Yep.
He retires in the pits.
Arg struggling to get in the power there, and I was thinking he was going to go into the side of Prof there, but he manages to keep it under control just there. But now, Arg all the way down into 12th position.
Well, the safety car definitely spread out the field a little bit more, didn't it? Because before we were within 5 seconds of the top 10, and it's certainly not going to be that now. There you go, it's 9 seconds now, so almost doubled. As DRS is enabled once again, but Josh is within that DRS zone, and they're breaking away more and more as Chuck gets past here with no DRS available just yet. And we went down in 6th. Go slightly further back. As we go slightly further back, Arg is going even further back here. Look at this. Ferrari of GTO going up the inside, as well as Bugatti, and Arg is now down in last place.
Curious. I will say that. But Lee still sticking quite close to Ginge here in this battle for 7th place. He's going to have the DRS here. Can you possibly see him move? I'm not sure. I think it's going to be at turn 1 even, if he manages to keep it hooked in quite close. And he goes off the track there. That is most certainly going to be a slap on the wrist there.
Yeah, surely would have got a warning for that. So DRS is open for the first time since the safety car restart down the front straight. And Josh is getting close, but not close enough. So we'll go further back to where the battle is close. Chuckle breezing past here. Is Lee going to try and fight back, though? No, Chuckle's going to go for 2 moves here. Goes for it, and he does it.
That was unexpected. I was riding on board with Lee there, and I just seen Chuckle just flying up the right hand side there.
Yeah, it was like the other cars were Formula 2 cars. He was going that quickly.
As Fernando Alonso once said, GP2 engine. Funnily enough, it was at this track. I just remembered that.
It was not.
Was it not? I thought it was here. I could have swore it was going into turn 10.
Nope. Turn 1 at Suzuka.
Mandela effect.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
You don't know the power of the dark side. Good to see a move here for 3rd place here. Paul Jones using a bit of that battery. He's got the DRS, moves to the right hand side, and he makes easy work of that Haas and moves up into 3rd place, just behind the Winnie man. Absolutely flying past Chuck there and getting up into 5th place.
And Lee getting back past Ginge here after they were overtaken by Chuckle the lap before. Committed man the outside and held on to his nerves. His knuckles may have been white going around turn 2. As we go around turn 4 now. The top 2 not really budged at all. I noticed that Josh was very close to him into turn 1. But he stayed behind. You see it again and again. Don't really see overtakes every lap between these guys. They do like to wait it out a little bit.
Yeah, but we'll say that is a sort of better strategy, because then you're not wearing out your tyres as much. You're starting to put the pressure on the driver in front.
It's not as fun, Lee. It's not as fun.
It's not as fun, but it's a little bit more psychological in that sense. And then also gives them a chance to recharge their battery as well.
Oh, he's getting close this time, Lee. But again,
I thought he was way to go for it there.
He was close to going
back,
for
so
it.
Chuck Chuck, though, moving past Looney Man here, and
Okay.
Looney Man actually went very defensive for the inside line there. I looked like he was practically on the pit lane exit there.
And just further back here, Lee getting close to Ginge, and he's being followed by Danny and Prop as well. As we moved off of them, Chuckle going around the outside at turn 5. This will be a lovely move if he can get it done on the traction as early as he possibly can. His battery is depleted with a flashing light. He's staying committed with this. Around the outside at 7, inside for 8. He's got it done. Oh, bravo from the McLaren driver. And once they go down the back straight, he's solidly got that 6th place.
Yeah, we managed to. Looney Man made a small error at turn 4, and that allowed Chuckle to just push his nose in and get that position up the inside. But is Chuckle going to have a go at his brother here? Could possibly see that. They're both on the same amount of battery roughly, so.
Yeah, he's getting close.
No. He's backed off.
Lee getting past Ginge again. These two switching all the time between that 8th and 9th. Every time, Lee, I go back to Josh, and every time into turn 1 with about 100 metres to go, he lifts up before the braking zone.
Yeah.
So I suppose they're just carrying themselves along at the moment, aren't they? Are they on the same strategy as well, just to refresh my memory and everyone else's? No, they're on different strategies.
Well, that's the thing. Josh will be able to know that day mediums won't last. That Prodigy will have to pit, so what is the point of using his tyres up right now and battling it out with Prodigy?
Yeah, I agree. Getting close this time, Lee, though. Too close to resist inside. And he gets it done.
Yeah,
Chuckle doing the same thing as Josh just did. And he's now into 5th. It's a brilliant comeback drive from him. He's got to gain another 6.5 seconds, so to kind of get back with almost the lead pack.
Yeah, but he hasn't used a lot of his battery though, so that's not gonna help him much. Looney Man's still sticking quite close to the Chuckle brothers. They're just ahead in 5th and 6th. We're going to see. Oh, he's still just sticking close behind. Seeing me. DBG.
Yeah, these two almost seem like they're working together now. Seeing Paul Jones up there in the top 3. I don't believe that man has had a podium this season yet. No, he hasn't. And 2 DNFs, and he's finished in the high part of the midfield most races this season. Is Prodigy going back at him again here? Yes, he is. He wants to be the one taking control of the race.
Yep, John ain't going to be happy, as I just noticed a comment there saying, come on, Josh. So...
Chuck passing Chuckle, taking back that 5th place that he lost the lap before. And this point in the race, it kind of almost feels like it goes a bit stale. It's where the strategy can either make or break a race, I suppose. So some drivers just trying to conserve a little bit.
Yeah, well, the medium tyres, they could go up to 21 laps, but that is pushing it. So we're most likely going to see the medium runners jump onto a set of softs near the end. Hard runners, though, up to 25 laps, it could be possible that they could do until the end. Going to be a bit tight, though. I've seen Danny getting a little bit out of shape there, going around turn 10.
Yeah, he's quite close to the back of Lee. Are we going to see a switch of the lead again? I think these two are... Oh, no, maybe not. Is RC Racer, though. No, decided to hold back as well. Seeing a lot of them do that. Here comes Chuck and Chuckle. Trying to break the toe from his brother, but Chuckle was sticking with him, but didn't decide to go for any lunges or anything like that. Just staying behind for the time being. Again, using and playing the waiting game.
Yeah, but it seems that quite a few of them are as well. I do know sometimes it could end up turning into a little bit of a DRS train sometimes, and it is a bit better sometimes to just stick in it and save a little bit of battery until the end stages. But with these guys, with that safety car coming out now, they're going to be having to conserve their tyres, so it ain't going to be looks like there's going to be just sticking behind for now and just saving them.
Yeah, the other thing I would mention, of course, as well is the fact that drivers who have, we don't actually know who would started on what tyre and if they have to do a pit stop again, because they're going to be disqualified if they get to the end.
DBG moving up, managing to get past Paul Jones there. Oh, and the Chuckle brothers swapping places also.
Looney Man gets spun out in all that as well. Yeah, he tried to go at the inside of Chuck as well, and I don't think Chuck realised there was two cars there. And now he's down in 12th, maybe 13th, because he's got his teammate now right behind him. This was the man, if anyone watched the team radios, this was the guy that you heard mainly. Very, very funny individual, and I'm sure we might have another one from that incident there. And hopefully everyone enjoyed that little team radio cameo thing. We'll hopefully do some more, just like there. If I can get that, we'll put that in.
When you want to send that. But yeah, looking further up, everybody's just settling in. I'll have a wee look, see what tyres, what was Prodigy on before. Yep, so Prodigy has to make another stop. He's went from mediums onto mediums. Same with Paul Jones, he's got another pit stop to make. Ginge,
Chuck again here, getting close. Not close anymore, ahead of his brother again. Chuckle had some really good pace after the restart, but his brother hasn't done him any favours at all to try and catch up to fourth and third at the very least. I think the top two are kind of out of sight now unless something happens to them. Been looking forward to see what these guys are going to end up doing in terms of strategy as well, because Prodigy is definitely on the back foot in terms of that.
Yeah, he is going to have to try and break that DRS, but unfortunately Josh is just managing to stick with him.
Yeah, the DRS is quite powerful around here, and as this lap time has got shorter than it used to be, that's made a big difference as well. As we go down the front straight again, and I think this is going to be an overtake and switching of leaders. Most certainly is. The DRS is so effective here, and I think these guys both have just had the same strategy really, just to save on battery and fight a bit later on. Here comes the brothers again. Chuckle outside, but was able to outbrake him with ease, and here comes Lee inside this time. And Ginge, look at that confidence to keep hold of it around the outside there and defend it, and he's been able to hold on. But for how long as we exit turn 3? Lee's thinking about it, that's for sure, as we go into turn 4. Very difficult though to get it done there, but we've got this 4-car train, 4 different cars as well, Lee, or 4 different teams.
Yeah, all battling out for that 7th position, and Ginge, his tyres will be starting to fall off now, so it's not going to be the best for him, considering his are on the end sort of stages of life, and then everybody else is going to have that DRS, so they're going to have the advantage in that scenario as well down the straights.
And Danny getting out of shape there, out of turn 12. And dives into the pits. He was on the hard tyre as well, Lee. That's interesting. He may cause a trend to happen there as Chuck and Chuck will switch places once again.
Ginge and Lee swapping again.
It's all happening down at turn 1. The DRS is so effective down there that the guy in front, unless they have some battery, can't really challenge. It's very difficult for them to sort of fight the overtake. Maybe they need to shorten the DRS zone here a little bit because it feels like it's a bit too easy to get past. As we go around turn 5 and into 6 and spin the brake in for 7, which Ginge goes a little bit wide on there. Beatie was very nicely positioned at the apex through turn 9. Surely going to go a bit wide there. Got a dirty air of 2 cars ahead of him. Interesting though. So where did he come out then in the end? Danny came out in 12th.
Yeah, took a big chunk of his time off, unfortunately. But here
goes Lee as
that
well.
The pits away.
And Looney Man. So this is going to be a 2-stop, Lee. 100% is RTG Lee gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
And Beatie Sullivan putting Ginger under all sorts of pressure there on the entry into turn 1, and
Ginger's round.
That is, I will say that was a bit too aggressive there from Beatie Sullivan.
Yeah, looked like it to me.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate there for Ginge. He's lost a couple of places there.
Are we not getting to potentially soft tyres being put on?
I would have expected them to be put on by now.
No, going on the mediums. No one is on the softs as of yet. The top 2 are carrying on. I feel like these 2, unless one of them pits, neither of them are going to. That's my feeling on it.
Well, Prodigy still has to make a pit. He's not made a mandatory pit stop yet.
Has he not?
I think he's holding out for a safety car, I would imagine.
Big risk that, isn't it?
Yep, but at the same time, if it pays off, then he could walk away with it. So he's going to have to try and survive another couple of laps, maybe try it, hope for the best. Either that, or he's going to have to dive into the pits this lap, I'd say. It's going to be one option or the other.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to do the laps of his life to get back to any sort of decent position. I know he'll be on the softs, but sometimes you can get sort of held up in the traffic. Paul Jones is very close to RC Racer. Of course, RC Racer reasonably new to RTG, not yet got a podium this season, nor has Paul Jones.
So this is the battle for the first podium.
Spot on. He gets it slowed down just in time there, but Prodigy's in the pits, as you said, surely going to be the soft tyre. It is.
Right, so we'll see, should be about a 23 second that Prodigy will lose, maybe
He's
a
going to
little
come
bit
out
more.
close to Kennedy, I think, maybe. Or just behind him, by the looks of things. Very close. It's going to be a fight into turn 1. Prodigy, I think that's worked out quite well for him if he can keep that now.
Yeah, but he's only got to gain 8 seconds on Chuck ahead. And, well, they're all on old hard tyres.
Did Prodigy lead this a lap or two too late, though? Is he going to run out of laps?
If he's absolutely booking it, then he may actually make up the time. I'm unsure about that. But we'll have to just wait a few moments to find out.
Josh in the pits.
That's
interesting. RC Racer is going to take the lead of the race. Now, surely someone like RC Racer now, do you think maybe just try it, give it a go to the end?
It's worth the risk.
Could
it's
get a
worth
win.
It, I would say. Yep. In my personal opinion, I would just go for it. I mean, the tyres, it's going to be like a Hamilton at Silverstone if that's the case.
Yeah, potentially.
Yep. He's going to have to be...
Sorry, Prodigy's 1.5 seconds ahead of Josh once they've both pitted.
Yep, they never even used up much of that battery. Pippo Kennedy on 20 lap old medium tyres. Is he trying to go to the end on them?
Or, like you said before, maybe hoping for a safety car?
If it does, you'll be quite lucky for that.
What are the top two going to do then? This is interesting. If he picks, which he hasn't, I think if he does one more lap, then this is a done deal. He's going to try and go to the end. Chuck stays out as well. I mean, it's worth the risk, isn't it? Chuck, though, I think more at risk. Obviously, with RC Racer having like almost an 8-second buffer at the moment.
Oof. Prodigy putting in a belter all the time.
Yeah.
113.368.
If Prodigy wins this race, potentially we could see our first, with the way it is now, we could see our first hat-trick winner of the season.
Quite possibly. But he's going to have to, he's got a bit of a tall order ahead of him. He's got Chuck to pass, and then he's got to get all the way up to 8 seconds between Chuck and DB.
It's a gap, isn't it? It's nothing easy, actually. Oh!
No way.
I think it was in the pits.
It was in the pits. I was away to say these two guys have just pulled it out the bag.
Yeah, this is interesting, especially as Josh McGill now is within that 1 second window. So are they going to work together? This is the point now where they're not really being friendly anymore on the racetrack.
No, this is it. This will be them to the end. Josh McGill there getting into the 112.890.
And they've still not got past Chuck yet. And RC Racer is certainly gaining time here. Wow, no, he's still staying at about the same rate, but that's good for him. And he needs Chuck to be his best friend here. And hold them up as much as he possibly can. As these two as well, Josh and Prodigy, going to have to think about each other as well. The strategy of this race has just become very interesting. Very interesting. Is Chuck going to be able to defend this down the back straight here? Almost feels like he's actually getting out the way, Lee.
Yep, he didn't put up much of a fight there. He knows that it's best to just try and sit behind and just stay with these folk. Although Josh McGill is going to be getting held up by that Red Bull now.
Certainly is.
He's having to back out going around turn 14 there. Oh, just now he's going to have that DRS. Is he going to be able to make it 2 moves? He is. He goes up the right hand side of that Mercedes, and now he's up into 2nd place.
Brilliant.
Absolutely
Fantastic.
Spectacular.
I don't think Prodigy expected that, to be honest. So 7.5 seconds for them to catch up in 4 2/3 laps, Lee. That's what, about 1.2 seconds a lap, give or take, something like that. 1.3.
Yeah, it's going to be a toughie, to be honest. I will say that, but we could just keep an eye on it and see how things are going to be going. Chuck doing his best trying to stay within that DRS window.
Yeah, Chuck's just fallen out of it now, hasn't he? So they gained a second in a lap. That's not enough. This is going to be very, very interesting now. RC Race is just coming to the end of the start-finish straight here, whilst they're just in the middle of it. So they're just going to start to be able to see him in the very distance on the start-finish straight. I'm loving this, though. The anticipation of this is brilliant.
Yeah, well, everybody's got drained batteries right now. RC Racer still got a bit of juice still left in the tank. Oh, Ginge and Royal Rumble, they're swapping places. Ginge managing to get up into 11th. Is Royal Rumble going to be having to go back at him into turn 1 though?
No.
Oh, he did get his front wheel alongside Ginger's rear wheel there though.
Yeah, it was certainly very close. And these guys getting closer, another second being taken out. They've got 1 sector to go to take out some more time.
Josh is able to see RC Racer just
No, it's not. It's the back marker between them.
Oh, right.
But he'll surely see him down the start finish here. There he is, right in the very distance. Still a long way to go for them to catch back up, and not a lot of laps to go. 3 laps precisely to go now as we just cross the start finish line. And it's going to get to the point as well, Lee, where the softs are going to start falling off next lap probably.
Nah, they'll still have quite a bit in them. They could do up to, well, roughly about 13 laps if you're doing just driving at a normal pace. Pipple Kennedy then just been passed by Chuckle. That's down to 4.3 seconds now. We've only got about two laps to go.
2 and 1/3 laps to be precise.
And well, when it gets onto the I forget, brain fart. When he gets within DRS, it'll be a lot easier.
And the one thing, if it stays like this, Lee, the one amazing fact that we're going to have this season so far, we're going to have 6 different winners in the 7 races we've had. If it stays like this.
Jeez.
So it's been very, very close. And do you know what, Lee? That time is slowly now, it's getting slower at closing the gap. That's definitely for sure. It's hovering around 4 seconds now.
Argsrut and pit lane.
3.7 seconds.
Pipple Kennedy, what's happened with him? He just lost 2 places there.
Spun out at turn 1.
Puncture. Oh.
Yeah, took those too far. Are we going to see that maybe from RC Racer as well? Are we going to get into punch territory with him? He's got another... Sorry, go on.
Well, Pipple was on the mediums doing 26 laps. I think RC Racer is going to be safe in terms of punctures, but we never know, as he's just coming around the final corner to start the final lap. The gap is sitting at about 2.8 seconds. Well, 2.7 now, so... this is going to be close. Prodigy looks like he's going to be going for it, going into turn 1. Oh,
surely at this point, yeah. They're going to fight for this now, which is going to help out RC Racer as Josh McGill has to abandon it and go on to the runoff. And it means Prodigy has moved up a place. I wonder if they'll switch back. 2.8 seconds is the gap. He's only just up the road, but we've only got 2/3 of this racetrack left to go before we see the checkered flag. You can see Josh McGill go for it again. Yeah, it's going to get feisty. I think they realise that unless something happens up ahead, they're not fighting for a win anymore. It's a podium place, and that's 2nd place. As we go down the back straight, DRS open for the final time today. Inside line for Josh McGill. Prodigy surely going to try and hold this around the outside. That's what he's trying to do. Looks like it's working out. Inside for 12. And he's kept it for now. As we round the penultimate corner and the final corner, he did a 1-stop, Lee. He's been around for a few weeks, never had a podium, but he gets his first win in RTG in Season 14 and the RTG itself. Prodigy will be second. Josh McGill will be third. As I said, that's 6 different winners in the first 7 races of this season. Pippo Kennedy gets himself a penalty. Chuck finishes 4th. 5th is Paul Jones. And Chuck was going to be 5th. And look at that, it got to 1.7 seconds at the end, but I'm sure probably RC Racer lifted off towards the end.
Yeah, you would have been making sure that the tyres are going to last them. I mean, the recommended age of them up to is 25 laps, so you managed to do absolutely smashing on them tyres and making them last them as long as possible. Just getting the Prof Royal Rumble, and then we've got GTR, who was just coming around turn 9 now.
Oh, we hate that, don't we, when people leave early. Messes up for us, guys. Stop leaving early.
Oh, for fudge's sake. Where was he? Alright, it's safe. He was 14th anyway. Cool.
Okay.
That's safe then. Cool.
So, given Ginge driver of the day, I think RC Racers should get it, to be honest.
Definitely. Absolutely amazing strategy. It just played into his hands perfectly. So, gonna have a wee rundown of the order now. Obviously, we'll see the RC Racer in the Haas managed to get that first place from starting 3rd on the grid. Nicely done from him. Prodigy came home in 2nd after battling out with Josh McGill, who finished 3rd. Battling from them two was actually quite great. Chuck in 4th, Paul Jones was 5th, Chuckle in 6th, 7th was Danny, Looneyman in 8th, Lee came home in 9th, Ginge was 10th, Prof 11th, Royal Rumble 12th, GTR 13th, and 14th was Pippo Kennedy. Arg was 15th. And then Bugatti, Sloven, Matthew and Tiny all did not finish the race. Yep, and even John's agreeing there that RC Racer for driver of the day. And yep, definitely.
Well, that was a very good race. And to be fair to the Monday tier, pretty much every race has been very good so far this season. And just super close as well, like super competitive. I said 7 winners in the last, 6 winners in the last 7 races. It's amazing. I mean, Josh McGill getting the 2 wins is why he's leading the championship. I'm sure it's still going to be the case when we leave here and go on to the next race next week. You will have me and Lee again for that. The reason why Lee's here is why, Lee?
Why?
Oh, Vegas, baby.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
First time, I believe, me and Lee have commentated at Vegas. I don't think... Lee thought we did, and I really don't think we have. And I'm really excited for next week, I must admit.
Definitely. I mean, it's a new track. It's going to be our first time commentating on it and seeing that even in the league. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting to see what comes of it.
Yeah, and where are we on Thursday, Lee? Let's have a look. Oh, it's Austria. Yes, I did remember. I thought it was. Sprint. So you'll see us back for that on Thursday, 8 o'clock. Obviously, same time, same place for the Thursday Tier 2 race there, round 7. Yeah, we'll see you then. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you're liking the videos as well. Share it to your friends who like watching league races, and if they want to join the league, Discord link is in the description of the channel. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you on Thursday. It's goodbye from me and from Lee.
Peace out.